Ricky here with Breaking Your Barriers, and I can't believe it's already time for the speech competition, the international speech competition leading to the World Championship of Public Speaking. It feels like just yesterday they named the winner for 2021, but now it's time for preparation for our winner for 2022. And that's the reason behind these videos, because my goal is to give you what I have experienced when I competed myself. So if you do have a question, or if you do have any comments or anything you need help with, feel free to leave me a message and I'll happily help you. Now, I do offer coaching services as well, so reach out to me if you need those. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you is this. As you prepare, it is important to realize that you need to take massive risk. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean by massive risk? Massive risk means being yourself, doing something that other people haven't already done. I don't want you to get on stage and say the same thing that other competitors are saying, which is, when was the last time? Let me tell you a story. Have you ever? Raise your hands. That has been done. Now, is that a bad thing? No. However, if 20 people are doing the same thing, how are you going to stand apart? So your goal is to stand apart with a relatable story to share with the world. And I want you to keep something in mind. When you compete, don't worry about winning. Don't worry about the trophy. Don't worry about the accolades. Don't worry about popularity. And don't worry about, wow, he's so great or she's so great. Worry about winning the hearts of your listeners. Because if you win the hearts of your listeners, no matter if they're judges or just your family, friends, and guests, and you've changed one life out of that entire audience, you've won already. Because that one life that's been changed is going to be a ripple effect for people around that particular person. They're going to share your story, and now they're going to share their story. So when you get on stage, I want you to realize something. Make sure the story is your primary focus, and your goal is to touch people's lives with that story. Winning will work out itself. And like I said, if you've won a person's heart, you don't even need the trophy. Now, let's move on to preparation. Preparation for the contest, I want you to realize something. You are going to be going through 7 levels of competition. You've got the club, area, division, district, regional, semi, and the finals, okay? The first 3, club, area, division. This is the time for you to take massive risk. What I mean by that is, when you practice your speech, when you have it completely off book, and what I mean by off book is you don't need to think, what did I say in that section? Wait, what was my bullet point? Forget about all that. When you give your speech, you need to be in the moment. And what I mean by in the moment is, don't worry about the judging criteria. Get into your speech, be who you were during that time you experienced that experience in the first place. Really be in the moment. Really feel who you were during that time. Let it affect you the way it affected you back then, and let it come across through your delivery that you are back there. And now people are seeing you relive that moment. And another pointer I want you to realize is this. You're going to have to do a high wire act. You're going to have to literally balance yourself on this high wire. And you need to make sure your emotions don't take absolute control of you. You need to be able to keep those under wraps. You also need to keep yourself composed when you get on stage. And what I mean by composed is, you will, and I have, forgotten my words. Do not, and I'm saying this, do not I'm sorry. None of those. When you forget your words, I want you to do this. Look into the camera, because we're still going to be virtual this year. Look into the loving eyes of those watching you. In your head, redo your speech as fast as you can until you get to that point. Relax. You'll be able to catch up on time if you change the pacing later on in your speech. But get back into it, redo your speech. There you go. Now I found where I misstepped. Now I know what's coming next. So when you prepare, I really want you to realize it is of absolute importance to be off book. Memorize your speech so that you can take massive risk and upgrade your speech as need be, because one story in your speech may not be necessary, or it will open up other ideas that will explode and make it even more popping and even more exciting. So that's what you want. You want to figure out, what do I take away? What do I keep? What is impactful? How do I make my message more succinct, tighter, and with a delivery that I know I can do? Now, that is the reason why getting off book is so important. I'm going to keep pushing that point. You need to get off book. You need to get off book. You need to get off book. And most importantly, when you're off book, it has to be you. It has to be your emotion. It has to be your feelings. It has to be your experience. You are the author, the director, the producer, and the performer. Everything is in your hands. We, as your audience, will give you feedback. However, you have to take control of your own speech. And when you receive these nuggets of feedback, implement them. Now, if these nuggets of feedback are not actually golden nuggets and are cold, you say thank you out of grace, because that person was kind enough to give you feedback. Now, if you hear it on multiple occasions, guess what? That person is on to something, and you may need to revamp or modify your speech just a little bit. I know it's a lot of information for the first video, but it's so exciting for me to leave you information that will help you move forward and just kick butt as you get higher into the levels of competition. Now, if you need coaching, feel free to leave me a message and we'll find a way to connect through Zoom or phone or whatever it may be. I'm here, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments section. Otherwise, good luck, and do not let anybody out prepare you. Make sure you're working right now. Make sure you're writing out that speech. I don't care if it ends up at 2,000 words. Keep writing, because that speech is like the statue of David. All you need to do is keep chipping away, because right now you got a big block of stone. Keep chipping away, chipping away, chipping away, and that masterpiece will be revealed. But you must be willing to do the most important thing. And you're probably thinking, practice. No. Even more important than that, take action, and then commit to it. And then your practice will come into play. You're going to need to. As you move up in competition, your practice is probably going to get even more intense. Good luck. Looking forward to hearing from you. And it has been a minute since I posted a video, because I've been so engrossed in everything I've been doing. Otherwise, I can't wait to see you guys on the next video, and I'm going to give you guys more tips. Feel free to reach out to me. Talk to you soon.